Alright, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is the Mass Reviewer back again with another review. Today we are reviewing The Unusual Suspects. My mistake, it is called The Usual Suspects. I do not know why I keep misremembering the name. It is The Usual Suspects. And yeah, so my background with the film, I saw it on Max. It looked intriguing, and I kind of went into it with the very wrong expectations. I went into it kind of thinking it was going to be something similar to like 12 Angry Men, which is one of my favorite movies. Thought it was going to be something like where the entire movie is basically set in one place, and like the suspects are basically questioned about something, and then as the movie goes on, it's like more information is gathered. I thought it was going to be something like that. I was completely wrong. So yeah, let's just begin. I'm actually gonna do this differently than normal. I know that I've been mostly starting off with the characters and then the plot. This time I want to start off with the plot just because, and I'm just gonna say this now, this is my biggest problem with the film. It is extremely confusing. Like, it is, like, recently I think 2 or 3 videos ago maybe it was, I reviewed The Phoenician Scheme, and my main criticism for that was like, it was confusing and difficult to comprehend. This one, like, even more so. It was extremely difficult being able to understand what was going on. So I'm gonna try to just restate what the plot was from like my understanding of it. So basically, the entire film is basically you have the main character, one of the main characters, who is Verbal Kint. He's basically, the entire movie, he's being interviewed by a cop, Dave Kuyan, and Kuyan is trying to, I think he's trying to like figure out who is Keyser Söze. Keyser Söze is basically like the mastermind behind the whole movie. He's the one conducting all the schemes, I guess. I don't know, like it's really difficult to even comprehend what happened, but like, so he's questioning Verbal the entire movie, and then the entire movie is just Verbal restating the events of what happened. So it starts out with, they get questioned in a lineup for a weapons robbery from a truck, and then apparently they all know each other, I guess. I'm pretty sure though, like, so I guess all of them just happen to know each other. So they end up like, one of them says, okay, I have a job or something, and then they end up like they end up getting work. They start working together, like they perform a robbery or something. By the way, the characters, I guess I'll do like characters as well at the same time. It's Verbal, Fenster, Keaton, McManus, and Hockney. Those are the 5 main characters kind of. They end up working together on like jobs and stuff that they do, and then eventually it gets to the point where they meet with a guy, Kobayashi, who says he's working for Keyser Söze, and then he basically says like, okay, we've been tracking all of you, we like have all the information on you guys, and you each did like a job at some point like a few months ago or like a while ago where you ended up ruining like a business thing for Keyser. So we are now like employing you to like do something for us in order to like, you need to do something for Keyser in order so that he will forgive you. Like, the only reason you're not dead already is because you didn't know it was Keyser. So then they end up going to a truck. They end up going to like a boat where there's like apparently a dope there, and then I don't know, they all end up dying there, and then it's revealed that like Keaton is Söze, but then when you get to the end of the movie, you find out it was Verbal all along that was Keyser Söze. So once again, just the plot, it is extremely confusing to me. Maybe, I'm assuming if I were to do a rewatch on it, I would probably be able to understand more so what's going on, since I've already seen it once, but this is my first review. And in general, when I do these reviews, I do wonder, like, maybe if I don't comprehend the plot completely, maybe I should like watch a video to try to understand better. But then I decided, like, no, ultimately, if it is a first watch for me, then that should factor into the review, because ultimately, if the plot is confusing, then that should take away from the movie. I shouldn't be like, oh, it's a good movie, I just didn't understand the plot. Like, if the plot was not comprehensible to me, then yeah, it's going to factor into the review and it's going to cause the movie to like go down in terms of a score. So yeah, in terms of the plot, honestly, I have to give it like let's see here, I'll give it like I have to give it like a not good, a 4.5, just because it is so like, the plot itself, it seems like it's good. It seems like a well thought out plot and stuff, but just because it's so, I'll say this. I'll say here. I guess we'll start out with the worst thing this time, just because it's so glaring that I just have to speak about it. So we'll start off with the worst. The worst thing is the clarity. The clarity of the movie, just being able to comprehend what is going on. I will give it a 2.5, honestly. It's awful. It's like really difficult for me to comprehend what is going on, so I just have to start off with the worst thing, which is the clarity, which is a 2.5. With that said, I guess the plot is, it's difficult because the plot and the clarity, they are kind of like together. It's like you need clarity. You need to be able to understand the plot for the plot to be good, I guess. So if you can't understand the plot, then it's hard to like really rate the plot any separately. So for the plot, I'll just give it like a, I don't know, I'll give it a 5, I guess, not good or bad, because it did feel like it was like, I guess, a good story. It's just, I felt like if I understood what was going on, I would have probably loved it. But just the fact that I cannot understand at all what is going on at like any moment, it just, yeah, it just brings it down. So plot, I just have to give a 5. Anyway, in terms of the characters, Verbal, he's here. All the actors, let's say, did a great job. In fact, that's probably the best thing in the movie is the actors. Kevin Spacey, yeah, the actor himself, Kevin Spacey, he's not really a great guy from what I heard. But still, he does a great job playing Verbal. Yeah, just I said I reviewed recently the Phoenician Scheme, and that was the main star of that was Benicio del Toro, and he is in this as well. So I did not realize that when I started watching the movie. He plays Fenster. He's good. Like his character. Keaton. I don't like Keaton as much as the other characters. Like Keaton's the only one where it's like all the other ones they feel like criminals. This Keaton kind of feels like an actual like businessman and stuff. But he's still good. I wouldn't call him bad. He's probably the weakest out of the 5 in my opinion. Kobayashi. The scenes with him are good. I liked him. Giancarlo Esposito is in this. He plays Jack Bear. Once again, he as well. I have like every scene he's in, I have like no clue what he's doing. I just remember he like questioned the Hungarian that was burnt. That's another thing. There's a Hungarian. He is recovered from the boat, I guess. He was burnt, and then he's like giving them information about Kaiser Soze, or like he's trying to like tell them about Kaiser Soze, and that's like the only thing that Jack Bear's character does in the movie. McManus was good. He was like the partner of Fenster, and yeah, he was good. Hockney, he's also. He's good. Like nothing really to say about them. Really, they're good characters. They have, I guess, good moments, and mainly the actors. The actors do just a really good job of like with their line deliveries and stuff. Kuyan, I like Kuyan a lot. He was like the entire movie questioning Verbal, and he does a good job of like playing the interrogating cop. I thought he was good. Eddie Finneran, I think that was like the love interest of Keaton or something, or maybe like Keaton's lawyer or something like that. She was. I have nothing to say about her. She's like barely in the movie. She doesn't really do anything. Those are pretty much all the characters. I'll give the characters like a 7 out of 10. They're pretty good. And usually when I say characters, it's also referring to like the characters themselves and the actors' portrayal of them. And the actors in this movie were just really good. They all did a fantastic job of like playing the characters themselves. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. In terms of the settings, there was nothing really too interesting, I would say. Like there was no, I don't know, there was nothing that really I can really speak about with the settings. None of them were like bad per se, so I'll just give it a 5 out of 10. It's not good, but it's not bad. Like it's just standard settings, nothing to say about it. The suspense, I will give the suspense probably an 8 out of 10, especially in the end, in like the final scene where it's revealed who Kaiser Soze really is, where he is revealed to be Verbal the entire time. Like that suspense with all the music playing, and it's like the lines previously said in the movie just repeating. It's just wonderful. I love the suspense, like at least in the moments when there is suspense, like especially towards the end, like it's great, and I like the suspense a lot. The mystery, this kind of ties into the plot and like the clarity of it, and just because it's so confusing to understand what's going on, I have to kind of just, in terms of a mystery, I'll give it like a, I don't know, I'll give it a 5.5. It's a bit better than, the mystery aspect of it is a bit better than the plot itself. The plot, because like, it is interesting to like wonder like, okay, who is Kaiser Soze and stuff. So it was a decent mystery, I'd say. In terms of the action, I will just give the action a 4.5. It was, I did not really like it. What is 4.5 again? A 4.5 is not good. I didn't like the action. It was just standard gunfights. There was some sniper use and stuff, but it's like, when did this come out? 1995. It's like, you hear the John Wick reviews that I did, like I hope you watched the John Wick reviews I did in the last few days. Like that, from that you can like understand what good action is, like when what I view as good action. So this just doesn't compare at all. So yeah, 4.5. In terms of the best thing, I'm just gonna say the ending. The ending, like even if I could not comprehend what was going on, just the whole reveal, even if it's like you don't understand, even if you just don't watch any of the movie, but you just watch like the final scene of the movie where it's like revealed to be Verbal, it's just such a great scene, like where it's like you get Verbal, he ends up like breaking down, crying and stuff, and then it's like you think, and then it's like you think like, wow, he really was tricked by Keaton this whole time, and then all of a sudden it's like you see Kuyan, he's looking at like the board and stuff, and then he realizes like, oh, it was Verbal this whole time, and then it's revealed to be Verbal. It's like great scene. I liked it a lot. It was honestly, I'll give it an. Should I give it? I would give it like between an 8 to an 8.5. So I'll say, was it great or amazing? I think I would give it great. I'll just give it great. I think that is fair. Yeah, any extra notes I have? Soze's backstory, I thought that was like cool, even though in the end, I'm pretty sure it wasn't, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't a true backstory for the character, but it was still a cool scene with his backstory. There was way too many names in this. They keep throwing out names, and it was so difficult to like comprehend. Like they'll name like, I don't know, 3 different characters in a scene, and I'll be like, okay, who is that again? Like they named Sal, and I was like, wait, who's Saul again? And then it's like, oh, it's the guy that they killed in like, I don't know, two scenes ago, something like that. So there's too many names, which doesn't help with the clarity of it. At the start of the interrogation, Verbal, he said like, it was like, I loved cops, I wanted to be a cop or something. And then by the end, when he leaves, he's like, fucking cops. Shouldn't have sworn there, I'm trying to stay monetized, but hopefully that won't affect it. Anyway, maybe I'll cut that out, maybe not. So yeah, that is all the extra notes that I had, and that is, yeah, so I'm going to do the calculations now. So King Crimson. So it comes out to a bit more than I was expecting. It comes out to about a 5.5, and that would be decent. And I'm not sure if I would give it decent. I would probably give it like, just the main issue is just the clarity. It's just really difficult to comprehend what's going on. I think if I watched it on rewatch and me understanding now like the full kind of like where this is heading and stuff, and I could rewatch stuff and be like, oh, okay, this is what it meant in like this scene or something, or like this is what it's referring to maybe. I think if I watched it on rewatch, I would like it more, but for a first viewing, like I'll have to just give it probably just like, I'll say between a 5 to a 5.5. I think that's ultimately fine. Like it's not bad, and it's leaning more on the decent side, but like just ultimately, just one of the most important things in a movie is just the clarity. And if you don't understand what's going on, then ultimately there are movies where it's like, okay, you don't need to understand because maybe it compensates for like, because it has like good action or something, or like very funny characters or something like that. But if one of the main things of the movie is that like the plot and like the mystery of it, and you need to be able to understand what's going on. So if you struggle to understand what's going on, then ultimately like it's just gonna not end up being as high as it could have been. So yeah, ultimately I'll just give it between a 5 to a 5.5. I think that is fair. Yeah, so that is pretty much all there is to it. If you have any recommendations, any movies, shows, anime, video game stories, anything you want to recommend, leave it in the comments, and that is pretty much all there is to it. So let's leave it at that.